Oh my god. I feel so beautiful. I am so beautiful and amazing. Every day I surprise myself. Every day. Every day.
You made me blush.
Hi everyone. How are you doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope your day is amazing. Please subscribe, put the notification bell on, and welcome back to my subscribers. This is like the chillest, one of the most chill zones of the internet. So sit back, relax, and let's talk. Cause why not? So today, as you can see, first of all, can you talk about the makeup? Face beats that I did myself. So I feel like I did well, except for the eyeliner. And my hands are really shaky. This is my best. Okay, I could do better, but this is my best for now. So, but I feel like the base, like how the colors blend together, like I can't believe I did this. I can't believe, like I've done it, sat here and then I put on the camera and then I'm just like, what? Okay. Anyway, aside from that, today we're going to talk about things I have learned as a new adult. Now, for those who don't know, I'm in my early 20s. I'm literally done with university and I'm like going on to the next thing. So I feel like there's some things that I have learned that are really shocking and some are really like eye-opening, like, okay, that's strange, but okay. And I just feel like these are things that no one prepared me for, literally. Like, we are told all these things, but then there's some things that nobody could have even prepared me for. I don't even know how you prepare someone for these things. So let's get to the video. So I'm going to be referring to my blog. And if you can see, that's me over there. Okay, I've written a blog post about this, storiesroom.com. The link is in the description. I've written so many blog posts about life, and I've written too about things I have learned as a new adult, a lot of things. But today I'm going to talk about like the main ones, the ones I feel like I need to explain this physically, like here, so it can be understood and no one could make the same, mistake, or at least give the younger people some expectation, or yeah. So let's get to it. The first point: people are going to talk regardless, so just do you. So this was just to point to the fact that as an adult, you don't realize that your life is now yours. Like, you do what you don't really like. You move from being told what to do, this being guided, to basically like, you know what, now you can literally do whatever. You can do whatever, like. And I'm yes, there can still be rules, like if you're living with your parents, if you're depending on them for like, finances and things. But then you slowly, like the older you get, you slowly realize that this is your life, and if you don't take charge of it, other people are going to live through you. So this just points to how well do you know yourself, like as like yourself, exclusive of like your parents or things, your childhood. Like, who are you? What do you want? Because the whole life, like most of the time during childhood, high school, whatever, you just go with whatever you're told or whatever your parents want. Like, you go to high school, which high school they choose, like you just go anywhere. But then you don't realize, just dumped into adulthood, and now you're supposed to figure out everything about yourself. Like, so how do I even know what I want? I don't know what I want. I never had to choose anything or decide anything about myself. So those are the things that really, like, like shook me as a new adult, because like I had to make my own decisions. When I was given pocket money, I wasn't like being told, you use this for this. No, you're given money, you choose what you have to do with it, but make it work. Like you. So back to my point of people are going to talk regardless. Let's say now you know yourself, you know what you want to do. Just go after what you want. One thing I've realized is people are always gonna have something to say. Whether you decide to become the best, a saint, the president, a firefighter, a rocket scientist, people are always gonna have something to say. Always. And most of the time it's like negative, positive, or whatever. You just do whatever you want for yourself. Now, I'm going to give an example about myself. I I've done like a degree in something very technological, like IT, coding, and all of that. But then I want to venture into something very, very different, like, skincare and beauty and all of that. Now, most of the people I'm encountering now, apart from like my family or even some of my extended family, when I tell them that, they're just like, but there's a lot of money in IT, tech, in fact, you did one of the best programs. But I'm like, that's not what I want. Truly, I am the one who wakes up by myself every single day and has to live my life, not you. So if you would have done my degree, fine, you would have gone and done whatever. People project what they would do in your situation without even thinking about like what you want. So you just live your life. As an adult, you could decide to do anything. Anything. I heard Murugi Muni in an interview once say that you, as an adult, you could choose to wake up, move to the Japanese mountains, literally join the monks and live. No one is stopping you. The only, of course, there are going to be some barriers. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like like commit crimes and do whatever you want without any regard for any rules or society, but I'm just saying your life is yours. Whichever direction it takes, now it's up to you, and you can't blame anyone else for how things go. So look at what your possibilities, like the amount of money you have, the amount of reach you have, your contacts, whatever, and see how you can make your life the most it can be. Like, do what you want with what you have. Literally, basically, summarize that way. Do what you want with whatever you have. Speaking of doing what you want and people talking, this is easier said than done. This is easier than done because most of the voices around us at this time, especially I'm saying as a new adult, are people who are like our parents, our friends. And because we are, like I said, we are not sure exactly what we want. And if you are good for you, like truly, I'm not saying all of us, I'm just saying the reality for most people who are new adults, we literally now, we are here and now we don't know what we want. And most of the influence is coming from people we know and trust, like our friends, our family members. And you see, they tend to seem right, because if I don't know what I want and you're saying this is right, I'm gonna go with that. And you'll find like people, even when you're hanging out with your friends, you're just going to be like, I don't want to wear this because what will Stacy think? I don't want to go like I don't want to say that I like listening to Rose Muhando because what will Kenudia think? I don't want to. You're basically suppressing things that you want about yourself because what will this person think? I don't want to say I actually want to become a DJ because what will my father think? I don't want to say I want to start content creation seriously because what will my mother think? I don't want to say I want to move out because what will my small sister think? Your choices are so dependent on the people around you rather than what you actually want. Before you make a decision, you don't consider yourself first. You consider like, oh, what about all the other people? And once all the boxes have been ticked from the other people, is when now you can move on to the next decision, which is so stressful, which is so, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, which is not necessary at this time, because you're starting your life, and this is, I feel like, is when you're building the foundations of what your life is going to look like. But no pressure, take your time. Life is long. Do not be deceived. Life is long. You could change at any time. There's always room to learn. You can learn at even 15. So just know life is yours. You can do what you want with whatever you have and live for you, basically. Yeah. Now, point number 2. One thing if there's one thing I learned quickly, okay, not as quickly, but something that I lesson that was I learned the hard way. I literally went through the ring of fire, thrown into the deep end, and fished out. It's that socializing is a skill. And you know what a skill is? A skill is something that you have to practice, learn, and literally, like coding skills. You just can't, you naturally don't know how to code. You have to like learn and practice. Literally, socializing is a skill. Now, I'm an introvert. By introvert, I don't mean I'm quiet all the time. It just means that I'm not as talkative with as many people. Like, my personality is very selective. And I don't have beef with anyone. I'll just be quiet. I like listening to other people's stories and all of that. But like, I'm introverted, meaning that talking or being social is not my first instinct. And whether you like it or not, this is a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because that rarely will someone come and say to Victoria, say this, when do I even talk? When it saves you a lot of problems, a lot of, things. But then it also costs you like the possibility of making new friends, new networks, which if you look at it, there's a higher cost to pay than just not saying anything. You know what I mean? Now, story time. Last year, April, um, we let me basically it was a very random day. This is a side quest. We were just hanging out with my friends. Side quest, bam. We meet a friend. And then there was a Benzo concert happening. An album release. You know what? I'm not sure. Then this friend was like, I could get you guys to the VIP section, the celebrity VIP section. Are you joking? Down, like, but down. We wanna go. We wanna go. So we go. Now, when we are there, I actually quickly it dawns on me that we are actually in the celebrity VIP section. If you're celebrities, your favorite Kenyan celebrities, all of them, all of whoever you can think of, from like Bien to your actors, singers. Everyone was there, which was I was like, I didn't know Benzo had this kind of reach, but good for him. I know I'm not even surprised anymore because this man is a legend. He's a talented legend. So we are there. And we're just standing and people are just working amongst each other. So it's not like we are, because everybody there is a celebrity. Like if you're there, you're assumed either you're a celebrity or you're someone who is in the supporting industry, like stylists, something like that. So as we're just standing there, so of course as we go to the stage vibe, because I mean we're imposters. We're imposters because the other people are just like chilled, so we're just like almost like one line, and they're listening to Bensol and whatever. So Bensol goes to change his outfit, so it's like a break. And this is when I look around and I'm just like, I am frozen in spot. Like I can't move. I'm talking to nobody. I'm not doing anything. I'm not. And you see, like in some way, that was my anxiety was combined with imposter syndrome. It's just like, yeah, even if I go talk to someone, who am I introducing myself as? I'm not supposed to be here. Like, you get what I mean? Like, I can't dominate where I don't feel welcome or, But you see, after that day, basically I didn't talk to anyone. I only got like one picture. And let me tell you, if you take me to the same place right now, don't joke with me right now. But that day was such a big eye opener for me. Literally, I just couldn't believe that these people who, when we just meet on the road, we're just like, oh my god, this and this, and like they had access to like all of them. Do you know how much street cred I'll be having right now? Do you know? Do you understand? Right now, I just feel very, empowered. If I go to someone, they reject me. It's cool. It's not about me. I did my part, But basically, what that day just taught me that I need to up my game. I need to learn how to socialize. I need to learn how to approach people and just feel confident about it. I need to like know how to introduce myself, and basically I need to learn. Which that's what I mean. Socializing is a skill. So that, I don't know. Every time I look back at that day, I'm just like, I cannot believe. Like, I usually have a moment of silence every single day to just mourn the opportunities I had that day. But then I just try and look at it like, why did I even have imposter syndrome? Do you know, right now I just believe that anywhere that I am at any moment, God has wants me to be there. Me sitting here right now, God wants me to be here. So he made a way for me to go there. And maybe I was supposed to learn. Because maybe hopefully there's another opportunity like that in the future. Or maybe, like that day just needed to happen for me to just open my eyes and just learn. And just learn. So yeah. As a young person, as a new adult, or any young person, please just know socializing is not automatic. It's a skill which you need to practice. Watch YouTube videos, learn, basically. I don't know. I personally watch YouTube videos or watch interviews or watch things that, and really observe like the interviewer, really observe. Even when I'm watching movies, like when people are talking, I'm really keen to observe, like, oh, what do you say? How did this start the conversation? How did this, how do you keep it going? Yeah. So if you want in a video on that, on how and things I've learned about socializing, just ask me. I don't talk a lot, but then I really want to be able to make networks and friends. So I'm literally picking my poison. Yeah. Next point. And I feel like I'll do a part 2 of this, so it's not too long, because I've written like, wait, in the second point I have like 10, and I'm not writing another blog post part 3, because I'm just surprised every single day. Point number 3: bad days don't mean I have a bad life. Can you have a moment of silence for this one? Because oh my days. Oh my days. I used to think that having a bad day just means I have a bad life. By bad day, I just mean, but sometimes I used to wake up and feel like, I mean, I am plus size, but I used to feel like I I am very like big, and I used to feel like so disgusted with myself, and I just used to conclude that this is me. This is who I am. This is who I am, and there's nothing you can tell me.
I'm hideous! Honey, you can't even see it.
It's pretty.
Whoa, Haley, your cheek's pregnant. Who's the father? Touching your face all day with your greasy hands? God!
Sometimes I just need to isolate those bad moments as they are. A bad moment and not a bad life. Sometimes I used to feel like, I don't measure up. I'm not like, there's some moments I just used to like crash out and just make extreme conclusions. When I used to be sad, I just to be like, I think I'm actually depressed. Instead of just isolating it as a sad moment. So nowadays, I just tend to like, if I'm sad, I just go all in the sadness, cry and do whatever, but then it's just a moment. By tomorrow, I'm like good again, each day, I just wake up with the possibility. It could go anyhow. It could go good, bad, neutral, but then I don't conclude anything about my life. The only thing I conclude about my life is positivity. Truly. And you see, like, bad days, if you're just, and you're bad days as an adult are actually bad days. People, I just want to go back to my high school stuff, and I'm just like, you don't know what a bad day is.
I don't even think you really know what a bad day is. But you're gonna find out.
You don't know what a bad day is. What do you mean the bad day is when you fail chemistry? You don't know what a bad day is, baby. You need to. Bad days as an adult are different. Like for example, let me give you an example of a bad day I had. Last year, again, when I was working during my attachments, I was driving we were organizing an event, so I was going to the location of the event to see, like, how it's coming up, how it's, how things are going to be arranged. Well, this was the planning phase, like, this will go here, this will go here, this will go here. So I'm driving there. First of all, I overslept. Number one, I'm late. First strike. Every time you oversleep, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. It could be the day, God is just like, I feel like you've been chilled a lot. Time to test this to see if you still are here. I was slept, so I'm rushing, and it's that place was far from where I live. So no matter how fast I do, like time is still not on my side. No matter what I do, I rush out of the house. I go. I'm going, and it's not a place I've been before. Like I said, it's the first time we're going to that location. Put on Google Maps, start following. So, and I'm driving, I reach a roundabout. This roundabout is one of those roundabouts that has like 6 exits. So I'm just confused. And then I just have Google Maps say, turn left on Ojija Road. I turn. Immediately I turn like this. I see a police officer. Just pull up. The way you are. Could you be local? I know. So I stand and then I'm just like, what's the problem? So I quickly understand that this is a one-way road. I've turned one-way road, but then I've turned like this. So I just tell the guy, I'm really sorry. See, like I'm following Google Maps and it's basically I'm like, yo, imechelewa, I'm following Google Maps. I'm willing to turn and correct this, whatever. Then the guy just like, yeah, I don't care what you have to say. So I'm just like, yo, and then he's like, can you give me a driver's license? Which I've learned never to do again. Tell them to check online. I am not giving nobody my driver's license because that was the one mistake I did. Gave him, and then he's like, okay, he looks at it, and then it's like, yeah, you need to follow me to the police station. I'm like, yo, this is something we can solve right now. You clearly saw I'm not trying to do nothing. I'm just following. Basically, he's like, yeah, I don't care. According to Constitution articles, this is obstruction of. I'm like, you know what? It might be faster to just go to the police station, get whatever, and leave. Do that. I just follow him. He was on a motorbike, so I just follow him to the police station. I get, what is it called? I've forgotten the name. Like registered. You know what I mean? And then they keep my driver's license, and then they say like they give me a court date. You have to appear in court on this day at 9 a.m. And then once you pay the fine, you'll come back and give us a receipt, and then we'll give you your driver's license. So just like, oh my God. Strike number 2. Then I reach the event place. First of all, my boss is like, so what happened is that they reached there, had a meeting with the event organizers, and then now it's when we're getting it work. So I arrived after the meeting, and then my boss is just like, he just gave me a side eye. And you see, I feel like that's worse than just being yelled at. He just told me like, you're very late. She was just like, anyway, we proceed. So he proceeded, and then this whole time I'm literally so stressed, panic. I'm not even concentrating. I'm just, yeah. So most of the time I would just conclude that my life is such a mess. Like, I wish I could just be one of those people who wake up early, know how things are, following. Like, I just felt like everything that day was my fault and I'm a mess. That was my conclusion. But see, like, eventually I was able to separate that bad day as it was a bad day. And especially after I went to like court, it wasn't so bad. You just go there, they tell you and a bunch of many others, you and 107 others are in that court. So you go one by one. The clerk calls you, Victoria and Joroge, they read your crime, obstruction by, I don't even remember what it is. It was obstruction, basically. How do you plead? So you say guilty or not guilty. If you say not guilty, you lengthen the whole thing. You go to another trial and they actually try and prove that you are actually, but some are just like, guilty. Like whether it was not my fault, did I obstruct? Yes or no? So like guilty, they set my fine. You say guilty, then you have a chance to like defend yourself. So you can say, Your Honor, honestly, I was following Google Maps, what. Bam, they set your fine. Then you go. Just pay the fine and then you go. So after that day, I'm just like, oh, okay. I thought I was actually gonna go to jail. I really thought the fine was going to be something ridiculous, but the fine is just a fine. Literally, like, these bribes people give officers, I just feel like, just go pay the fine. Truly. Like, there's no way the thing is, there's in the courts, there's a whole section for bribes. Like a whole courts for bribes. And the cost of bribes is so, I don't know. I'm just scared. I'm not used to that lifestyle. I'm not. But basically, just stay on the right side of the law. So, bad days don't mean a bad life. Sad moments necessarily do not mean you're depressed. You know, when you those moments where you feel incredibly fat. I'm talking. I can say that word because I am actually plus size. Don't mean that that's what it is. Like, there's what you see and what you are. Like, when I look in the mirror, because like there's a lot of body dysmorphia, especially when you're fat. When you look in the mirror, today I can see, but I'm actually so cute, and but then there's some days I'm just like, you know what? I don't want even this mirror here. Get it out. Get it out. Outside. I don't want. So there's what I see and what it is. And you see, like, it's very hard to see what it is because you're just used to seeing your own things. So yeah, I really took those 3 lessons. I really, 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 really took them to heart. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Yes, because you've subscribed and you put the notification bell on. Yeah. Yes, new video coming soon. Always, like, if you see, go look at this page, look at the consistency. Every week there are 2 videos. Where else? Which other channel are you getting that? Fine, I know, and I don't have like high quality pic, it's not as established, but we're getting there. Compare this video and the first one, you'll see a whole big difference. Because I'm learning. I want to give you guys the best quality, and I want this to be successful. And by successful, I mean I want to be able to give you guys a lot of value, educate you guys, be relatable to you guys, and make you guys laugh. Because why would you watch something that's not funny in this day and age? Because if you want people to learn things, make it entertaining. So basically, yeah. So anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. That button there. Yeah. Yes. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.